Hey everybody, thanks for coming in. It's great to see you all here. How was your weekend? How's it going? I hope Monday is beautiful and productive and filled with the things you love to do. Hey Alex, what's up? Lots of people here. Fantastic. So, for any of you newcomers who have joined my page since the Mouthpiece giveaway, my goodness, I was blown away. Oh my goodness, that was insane this weekend. I think we had around 300 entries to the giveaway. I'm pretty sure. I haven't counted yet because it kind of just came in like a crash. So thank you so much for any of you who are brand new to me, and it's nice to meet you, and I hope to get to know you over this, over this time here. So what I'm doing now is what I've been doing for a few weeks, which is the Monday morning practice challenges. And they're just a snippet of motivation for the week, something you can work on, and just send me a video, tag me in it, however you want to get it to me, and you can take part. And a little incentive is that there is a sheet music prize from Gordon Cherry's publishing company, Cherry Classics. And so, with that said, I have to announce the winner from last week. So this winner is going to win the sheet music to Ernest Bloch's Prayer, Prayer from Jewish Life. Thank you so much, Gordon, for donating that. And it's arranged for trombone or euphonium, depending on who won. And the winner is Jackson Howard. Hey, buddy. Congrats on joining the competition, or whatever you call this. It's not a competition, but, because it's chosen by random. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, it's chosen randomly. Not by skill set or anything like that. But Jackson, good job on practicing your Bordonis in a different way other than the original this past week. Nice work, and I will set you up with an email with Gordon to get your music. Now, that's settled. I wanted to cover buzzing today. This challenge is around buzzing, and I know it's a long contested topic of practicing, and some people love it, they swear by it. Other people, they don't like it. They really don't like it. It doesn't feel good for them. And so in my practicing and teaching, I personally am a big fan of it. But I am sensitive to the notion that not everyone, it doesn't work for everybody. So I just wanted to cover some of the basics of that, like embouchure setup. What else? Yeah, why do I do it? What to listen for and what to adjust. What to buzz. And how long to do it. And also a little bit of free buzzing. And yeah, just a little tip at the end there. So I've got a few notes here, and these notes are all linked in my bio now for anyone who wants to download this PDF. So we all know that brass playing functions on buzzing lips. We have wind flow, and we have connected lips, and that creates our buzz. To form the proper buzz, we need to set the embouchure properly, right? So what I would recommend for anyone who hasn't done this, most of you have, you're all trombone players, I'm guessing, or euphonium or brass players in general. But if you're, maybe this is good for you who are teaching too. So place your lips as if you are saying the letter M. M. There you go. And separately, place your lips as if you're saying the letter S. S, s, s. Do these things together. That's an embouchure. All right, there it is. You need your lips to be connected but not squeezed, right? Because this part has to vibrate. This is the strength, right? This is the vibrator. So keep your flat chin, right? We don't want to let air puff in there, right? Keep it nice and flat so that the mouthpiece can rest. Make your M and your S. Right? Yeah, without any connection in your lips, there's no sound. And I've definitely seen people struggling with producing notes, and you can just tell the lips, they're not connecting. There's not going to be a resonance there if the lips don't connect. But use minimal mouthpiece pressure, not too little, but all I mean is don't use too much, right? You don't want the mouthpiece to cancel off the buzz. You want the corners to be your strength. You want the middle to be fleshy and buzzy. So, why do I buzz? Couple reasons here. I buzz because it reminds my lips of the required wind and lip connection. All right, that's my first reason. I also focus on the core of my sound. And sound really begins in your mind, transfers to your body, and then to the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is the first contact of our sound. So it is, for anyone out there wondering, does it matter what mouthpiece I play? Yeah, it does. It does matter what mouthpiece you play. Can it fix all your problems? Absolutely not. But it does matter. Also, since this is the first piece of contact, right, to your face, the sound you're making actually does matter too. I don't know if everybody thinks about that when they're buzzing. Oh, it's just a silly little sound. But if you focus on the core of your sound and the pitch, right? So the next thing is to fix intonation. That's why I buzz. And also to strengthen my corners. So buzzing, I use it for all of these things, these 5 things. Lip connection, focusing on the core of my sound, connecting my notes in a fluid way, and erasing possible limitations, all right, or blockages caused by the tongue. And I like to buzz glissandos. So yeah, I kind of missed that one before. Reminding my lips of the connection, focusing on the core, connecting my notes in a fluid way, fixing intonation, and strengthening my corners. So that's why I do it. What I listen for is a pure, focused, and warm sound. That's the same thing I listen for when I actually play the trombone. Your buzzing can still be beautiful in a buzzy way. Yes, we should accept the buzz. It's a beautiful thing. I prefer to have no airiness in the sound. If it's too airy, it means I'm overblowing and I'm forcing it. That to me is not calming or helpful for the lips at all. All right? For anyone who is wondering about the difference between buzzing and playing, there is a difference. I don't treat them the same exact way. When I buzz, I close my aperture a little bit. All right? When I play, it's definitely bigger. You have to allow for more air to pass through it. Right? There's the difference there. Now I know I was buzzing an A. So it's different. I always open my aperture again when I play. When I buzz, close it back up. I also remove my tongue. Not everyone does this, but to me, I see no point in actually tonguing the buzz because we're not trying to articulate a note on the instrument. We're simply focusing on that connection. Hey there, Vincent. Glad to see you here. Yeah, anyone have questions or comments, please, by all means, just send them over here. I will try to get to them. So no airiness, no tongue. All right, remove the tongue and focus on an immediate buzz. I think this really helps me to work on my response on the instrument. If my buzz is super delayed, then it's probably going to be delayed on the instrument. Okay, now I'm going to air attack. So, no tongue. And, super importantly, buzz at a mezzo piano, mezzo forte. Again, the buzzing forte, in my opinion, causes you to overblow and get an airy sound and not get that beautiful focused sound that you can get. A nice, relaxed mezzo piano plus mezzo forte is my ideal for buzzing dynamics. Also, as I mentioned before, I gliss between all the pitches, and this encourages a constant buzz. When you do play the instrument, right? You want to have, if you're lacking smoothness in your connections, it's because the buzz stops, the air stops, right? And when you practice glissandos with the buzz, it reminds you that the sound is moving the whole time. Of course, when you play, your sound isn't changing pitch like that, right? But it is important to reminder that the lips do continue moving and connecting. Now, next point, always fix intonation. How do you fix intonation when you're glissandoing the whole time? Well, the sound that you land on is the sound you want to fix, right? So if you're going from B flat to an F, make sure the B flat's in tune, make sure the F's in tune. Let's see how good that is. It's pretty much there. And whenever I adjust my intonation, it comes from the corners. The corners make a little tweak, and that adjusts my oral cavity. Other tools to work on your pitch, buzzing is one of them for sure. Other methods are singing. We all know about singing, like that's pretty bread and butter for brass playing. Another one which I thought was really interesting was whistling. And this came from Fergus McWilliam. He has an awesome book out, Blow Your Own Horn. That's what it's called. I really, really recommend that book from Fergus McWilliam, the former second horn in the Berlin Phil. Sorry, Fergus, if you see this and I got that wrong. But amazing guy, amazing pedagogue, amazing horn player. So, whistling, if you can't whistle, just practice it, right? Fixing intonation there. La 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 li, la. That was a little sharp. La 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 li, li, la, la, li, la. All right, there we go. If you buzz and immediately the pitch sounds different, that means your pitch center of your embouchure is blowing something different than the instrument wants, and that's a big deal. All right, so if you focus your mouthpiece buzzing to be at the same pitch as you're playing, then you know you're in a good shape. Another thing you can do to kind of test this intonation is the removal and insertion trick. So as I was saying earlier in the video, for anyone who wasn't here at that time, there is a difference between buzzing and playing. The aperture closes a bit when you buzz and opens again when you're playing. So, other intonation possibilities to work on with your buzzing is using a drone, right? Just set a nice drone on B flat, F, E flat, any key you want, and buzz to it, and it'll fix your ear and it'll fix your buzzing and what comes out through your horn ultimately. So, what to buzz and how long? What to buzz and how long? I start with really simple scale patterns. Any of you have seen the warm-up that I did live or followed along on the journey before then. I start basic, maybe it's with a stamp exercise that I do in the warm-up. Or maybe it's even simpler than that, just buzzing a fifth. All right, then I'll do some simple scale patterns and get a little bit more advanced, do a variety of octaves. So another thing, and this is the actual challenge here, which I probably should have mentioned a while ago. The actual challenge for the week is to buzz a favorite tune of yours. So anything you like. I'll do something that I thought of just before I got online here. And yes, I didn't get the high note, but a lot of times when you practice, if you another way to work on high register, in fact, is elevate your buzz a little bit, and then once you do that, the high register will actually feel better. So that was just a tune you all know. Thanks for joining, all of you who are coming new. Thank you, Vincente, for your comments. Really appreciate it. It's awesome to have all of you here. So, what to do? Simple scales, simple slurs, simple melodies, and whatever you're practicing, a simple, like whatever passage you're trying to iron out, that's what I use buzzing for. So it usually goes hand in hand with flutter tonguing in my practicing and glissandos on the actual horn, air attacks. These are all really great practice techniques. And so yes, buzzing is definitely one of them. Let's see, if I was doing this little articulated passage. All right, that was a little bit cleaner that time. Not the best example of a lick, but it's okay. Okay, I'll get to that question in a sec. In retrospect, I don't know if that's the best lick to use buzzing on, but case in point, that I would use it in a similar way, right? Buzz it, flutter tongue it, glissando it, etc. air attacks. There's a question here from Taxi1732. What do you mean by elevate your buzz for higher register? What I simply mean is buzz into the higher register, right? So do a scale and go to your maximum. Try to maintain good corners. All right, let's find out what note that was. About a D, a C or a D in there. So. The buzzing will strengthen your corners, all right? And when you have stronger corners, it is easier to hit the higher notes, okay? So that is why I like to buzz into the upper register. I don't do it all the time, but if you're working on high register, that is a useful tool. So, Next, duration. I don't encourage anyone to buzz for that long, minute after minute after minute after minute. For me, I like to do like 30 seconds. Yeah, Stephen, that's a good question, Stephen. That's kind of when I'm what I'm getting at there. Have I ever buzzed too much and caused it to play worse? I think that has happened a long time ago, and I kind of figured don't buzz so much. Yeah, if you're buzzing, and buzzing loud, maybe it can blow your lips out just a little bit. I don't know. But as I said, to prevent that, I always differentiate between the apertures, right? The buzzing is a smaller aperture, and the playing is a larger aperture. But yeah, 30-second intervals. Maybe if I'm like in the car on a car trip and I don't have a chance to do much practicing that day, I'll do a little bit more. I'll do some scale patterns, but it's always, right? I'll do that, take a second, look out the window, enjoy life, and then I'll come back to it. So I'll do some patterns, always again focus on the sound, the intonation, and the things we talked about earlier. Yeah, Steven, go through phases with buzzing. Sometimes you overdo it and then need to take a few days off. Sure, that's smart. Do I do any free buzzing or rim buzzing? Good questions, you all. I do some free buzzing, and I was actually going to get to that next, but I can address that now. I do a little bit, even less free buzzing, and similar to the correlation between playing in aperture size and mouthpiece buzzing in aperture size. When I do lip buzzing, the aperture is even smaller because it's harder to get that buzz happening. But I do a little bit of free buzzing. Sometimes I do that to kind of like start my day, just the very first connection, even before the mouthpiece. Yeah, aperture closer together, not so much of it. I think this can, if you do a lot of this, it can strain your lips, it can stress them out. Yeah, free buzzing, I was about to get to that, so that's good. I use it sparingly, and it's a more close-up view of the lip activity. So if you have like a rim, a lot of people like rim buzzing. I don't have one, and I don't, haven't necessarily found I needed to, but I think it's a useful tool for a lot of you, for anybody who wants one. The rim will, you have the comfort and the familiarity of your mouthpiece, but you can actually see what's going on inside. So there's that. And also for anyone who's trying to figure out how to free buzz, if you can't do that, you can also just take 2 fingers, replicate your mouthpiece. Makes it a little bit easier. If you have any students or anything that need some assistance with that, that's useful too. What do I think when I breathe? So that's a great question. Is it Isaac or Isako? Or Isako? Hey Jackson. Sasha, Isha, hello everybody. Jackson, by the way, don't know if you know, you won. I'll get in touch with you. Congratulations on your new sheet music of Prayer by Ernest Bloch. All right, Isaac, fantastic. So what do I think about when I breathe? My ideal breathing is to think about a sigh, right? When you get home, you're stressed out, or whatever, you came home from whatever you're doing, you relax, you sit on the couch, right? To me, there's nothing more liberating than that feeling of breathing. So really, the vowels I think of are actually A-H or H-A-H. It kind of allows the air to travel along the natural air pathway. To me, that fills me up really nicely. I think about the sigh. And that just fills me up from bottom to top, top to bottom, however you want to think about it. It just feels really good and nice and relaxed. I prefer that to like OH, because that causes a little bit of an unnatural oral cavity, a little bit of a block there. To me, that is more free flowing. So I think of the sigh, I think of AH, and I also, if you like to think of like the ocean waves. Right, that's a similar idea. So that's what I think about when I breathe, Isaac. Keeping it relaxed, not trying too hard to force anything in, just let your body take in what it's going to take in. Kind of the last buzzing topic, for anyone who joined later on, there's a little a write-up I have on my link for the challenge week number 4, where you can see all of these buzzing basics that I'm talking about today. The last thing I wanted to get to was, if you can't buzz at all on the mouthpiece, or you can't get your students to buzz, try covering your mouthpiece opening just a little bit. That increases the resistance, and it's more similar to playing the instrument. The better you get, the more you can open it. Alright, so any students out there who don't know how to buzz or haven't buzzed yet, or are teaching somebody else to buzz, that's a nice little tool I like to use. So, yeah, in summary, went over embouchure setup, why I buzz, what I listen for, what to adjust, how do I buzz, how long do I buzz, what do I do, and a little bit of free buzzing. And Isaac also asked, you buzz with so much air on the mouthpiece. Honestly, I think I use less air because my aperture is smaller. If I use that same amount of air, it's pretty soft. So less air, not super, not airy. We don't want to overblow the lips. That to me is something that I would definitely want to avoid. Buzzing at a mezzo piano plus mezzo forte is good. And Taxi asked, what's circular breathing? So circular breathing is a technique that some people use, not myself, I don't do that, to play in a way where you don't have to stop making a sound. And I honestly can't demonstrate it for you because I can't really do it. But there's some like real experts at it, some people who use it in their playing. What happens is you kind of store a bit of air, like pocket it in your mouth, and while you do that, you inhale through your nose. And I like I said, I can't demonstrate it for you. There's better places on the internet to go for that, but that is the idea behind circular breathing. So, all of you who joined recently, the challenge for this week is to buzz your favorite tune. All right, send me a video. Think about these little points that I talked about in terms of how to get the proper buzz. Buzz your favorite tune, buzz something, send me a video. You can DM me, you can tag me in your story, you can, YouTube, like I said, every week, anything goes. And the incentive is a free piece of music from Gordon Cherry's Cherry Classic Publishing this week. Jackson, congratulations. Thanks for doing the challenge this last week. Thanks to everybody else who's been doing the challenges. I see you, and I want you guys to win. So keep coming back, and I will be in touch with all of you soon. Hope this was useful. So have a great day. Happy Monday, and cheers.